Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Belle, and for today's video, once again I was supposed to go to Rosie's wine garden, but when we showed up it's closed, or at least closed to the public. There's a private event going on, so I guess that's my bad for not calling ahead of time to see if it was open to the public. So change of plans. I decided to go to the Cutting Board, which is located here in Charlotte. They are a Korean food truck and they're at different locations. So if you're interested of coming to them one of these days, make sure you check their website to see where they are located at. So let's go ahead and check them out. Alright guys, so I couldn't record too much just because there was music playing. But they have so many stuff on their menu. I didn't know that they actually have birria, which is ramen noodles. So they have ramen, what is it? They have noodle birria?
It's not ramen, it's ramen.
Ramen noodles? Let me look it up. They have beef birria, shrimp birria, and chicken birria. They also have quesadillas, Korean corn dogs, which they have hot Cheeto Korean corn dogs, and they have potato corn dogs. And they also sell taquitos and elotes, which is basically just corn, mayonnaise, and hot sauce. And the only thing I grabbed was the Korean corn dogs. I didn't want to grab too much food, only because technically I am on a diet.
Head south on Morningside Drive toward Leon Court.
Technically I am on a diet with my man, so I felt bad ordering a lot of food. So I only ordered the Korean corn dogs, but they look really good, guys. Check these out. So this is the hot Cheeto one. Let's see what it's filled with. And it actually is a little hot. It tastes just like hot Cheetos.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Briar Creek Road.
I'm not gonna lie.
Turn right onto Briar Creek Road.
This thing is really good, babe. And it's filled with cheese.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
Okay guys, so these corn dogs, you can either have them filled with cheese, filled with the beef, or you can actually have it half and half cheese and half beef, which is what I ordered. So this is what that would look like. Okay, so the hot Cheeto corn dog was definitely really good. It actually does have a kick twist. Like I said, it tastes exactly like hot Cheetos. It's filled with half beef, half cheese. So I definitely recommend getting that. The hot Cheeto Korean corn dog, half and half. And the next one I'm gonna show you guys is the half and half potato corn dog. So it has potatoes and it also has sugar on the outside. Let's go ahead and give it a bite. So it's filled with cheese, like I said.
Independence
the other
Boulevard,
half is beef,
East
same as the other one.
Express.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and put these away and eat it for later, just because I am making a mess in the car. So they are very messy, but they are very good. And I also didn't bring anything to drink them down with, so I don't want to end up choking. But anyways, I did want to talk about this new Netflix series or show that came out called Devil in Ohio. Basically what it's about this girl who she ends up running away from her house, and somebody ends up finding her and taking her to the hospital. Once she's at the hospital, they see that she has this like marking on her back, which is pretty much a star with a circle around it. So they could never find her parents. The hospital therapist, I believe, feels bad for her and ends up taking her home and fostering her just for a few days until they can find a permanent foster home. But she ends up like feeling bad for her and just wanting to protect her. So she ends up fostering her for longer, but they end up finding out that she's actually the daughter of a cult leader in Amnestown. And they pretty much want her back because they want to use her as a sacrifice, because back in her hometown things aren't going too good. I believe her father is sick, and they believe in sacrificing someone from the cult to give to, I guess, their leader. I'm not exactly sure who their leader is, whether it be the devil or some satanic being. But they don't find this out till later on, and certain things supposedly trigger the girl, whether it be white roses. I believe there's a certain sound that triggers her. So they're very overprotective of her, and they're trying to make sure that she doesn't go back to the cult. And this girl ends up being very weird. She starts acting nice, but at the same time it kind of feels like a backhanded, like in a way, a compliment. Because, for example, she'll help you out with your schoolwork, but then submit her pictures in there what makes her look good. So anyways, one of the girls in the house is in like the photo committee or the yearbook committee, so she's always taking pictures, and she decided to take pictures of this girl, which her name is Emily, I believe. And one of the pictures that gets submitted is a picture of this girl with her back turned towards the camera, or she's turned away from the camera, and you can kind of see the marking on her back. So once her mom sees that, she gets mad, because if anybody were to see the papers, they would probably be able to find this girl. Emily ends up saying that she submitted the picture because she wanted to help out her foster sister, so everybody can see how great of a photographer she is. But once that picture goes viral in the school, Emily becomes popular, which you can tell that she likes this new popularity, because it's something that she never had. In her cult, it was her, and she had a bunch of brothers and sisters, but everything was like very strict, and you always had to apologize for doing stuff. So it was a very strict environment for her. But long story short, she ends up being nominated for prom queen, along with one of her other foster sisters, and she ends up winning. And when they're giving her her bouquet of roses, the roses are white, which supposedly trigger her to go back to the cult. So she ends up disappearing, and her foster family go looking for her because they know exactly where she's at and what they're gonna do to her. They're gonna sacrifice her. And then they get there, they start a fire, the foster family does, to distract. Well, they don't start a fire. The foster mom goes to the town and tries to sneak in and puts on a robe to try to hide and camouflage herself as one of the cult members. And while she's doing that, one of the cult members ends up catching her, so they're pretty much just fighting, and she ends up knocking him down, which knocks down a fire stick, I guess, which ends up burning one of the houses that are there. Once the other cult members see that one of their houses or their church is burning down, they run to the church to try to put it out, and they leave the girl, Emily, by herself, so they have to stop with the sacrifice. So at that moment, the foster mom goes to Emily, tells them that they have to go, and she ends up rescuing Emily. But the woman's family, which is the foster sisters and the woman's husband, they end up telling the woman that they can't live in the same house as Emily because she's weird and she still has the mindset of someone who's been in a cult, and they just don't feel comfortable. So the family ends up leaving, and only Emily and the mother stay at the house. And then at the end, the foster mom gets a call from one of the guys that works in the police force, stating that they checked out the cameras at the school prom dance, and that they saw that no cult leader showed up at the school to trigger Emily, that they saw Emily trading out the flowers, which were originally red roses, I believe, switching them out to white roses to make it seem like she was triggered so her foster family could go get her and rescue her. So she willingly went to Amnestown, back to her cult family, so I guess she could be released and freed in some way. And that's pretty much how the series ends. It is a very good series. I believe it's about 10 episodes. Each episode's about 40 minutes long. But if you're looking for something to watch this month for October, since Halloween is coming up, I definitely recommend Devil in Ohio. I'm not sure if I talked too quick or if it was too much information, or if I was able to explain it correctly, or good enough for you guys to understand what this show is about. But I definitely recommend the show, and I think this is where I'm gonna end my video. It is a very short video today, but if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.